about a Chinese restaurant kitchen. Everything is done here at breakneck speed. Some of the yummiest dishes on earth are cooked in less than 3 minutes. Some of the more elaborate ones take about 100 times as long. But fast or slow, Chinese cooking is an art form. Join our food safari to learn how to cook crispy, delicious salt and pepper squid. All the tips for a fast, fabulous beef stir fry, a simple, perfect fish with black beans, lemon and chilli, and how to look like an expert when you order Yumcha.
One of the success of a good chef is his knowledge and his skill in blending.
Okay, so it's the mixture that makes the magic.
The art and the skill.
Hong Kong-born Robert Ho is one of the senior statesmen of Chinese cuisine in Australia. He owns 2 restaurants and has taught Chinese cooking for 30 years. To start a Chinese pantry, what are the essential ingredients?
We try to make it interesting, but simple enough for people to try. For example, you have the ordinary soy sauce, one light color and one dark color. Then come the sesame oil, which is very much like bay leaf in Western cooking.
All right. Just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Takes you a long way.
That's right.
Yeah.
A few kinds of powder. The most used would be fried spice powder. Then you have the potato starch.
So what does that do, really?
It's thickening. It's like in European cooking, you use cream and egg yolk. Very important. And then we use rice wine, Celsing wine, which is like a medium sweet cherry. Then we come to the oyster sauce.
To choose, is the higher price always the best?
Well, unfortunately, that's the way it's indicated.
Chef Frank Sheck has spent most of his life in Chinese restaurants. First in his parents' restaurant in Scotland, now he's head chef of one of the newest Chinese restaurants on Sydney's Finger Wharf.
The most essential item is obviously the wok, and it's what every Chinese home has. It heats up really quickly. The kind of shape of the wok ensures that all the food moves around easily and falls back to the center. Apart from stir frying, you can use the wok for deep frying, you can use it for poaching stuff, for blanching, and even for steaming. The kind I favour are these sort of carbon steel woks. As long as you season them properly and look after them, they'll last a lifetime.
Wow. And so how do you season a wok?
All you have to do is just put it on a really high flame and you burn it, and you'll start to see whiffs of smoke. That's the plasticky lacquer being burnt off. And it'll start to change colour. That's just the metals changing. And then we wash it out with cold water, dry it, repeat that step 2 to 3 times. The final stage, we use some salt. So you put it back on heat again, and you just swirl the salt around. And what the salt actually does is it just draws out any further impurities from the wok. Then a clean towel, dip in some oil, just rub it around, and then that's your seasoned wok. There's a couple of things you need to actually turn and move the food in the wok. One of them is a wok shovel. So it's like a flat sort of spade implement. A cleaver like this looks pretty ferocious, and that's just for chopping up all your sort of bigger pieces of meat and maybe chopping up things like your spare ribs.
And it's an all-in-one.
It's an all-in-one. So you can shred vegetables finely, you can chop up meat, you can mince things like garlic and ginger on your board.
Oh, wow.
And you can even use the flats of the cleaver just to bash up bits of vegetables that you'll be using in your cooking.
Fantastic.
Along with adopting soy sauce, Australians are stir-frying in big numbers.
recent major food survey finding that almost 2/3 of households owned a wok and stir-fried regularly. But not everyone's aware of the rules that raise it to an art form.
That is, I feel it.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Chef Anthony Louis has presided over the immaculate kitchen of Melbourne's Flower Drum restaurant for 15 years, and he's a master of his craft.
So, Chef, what is the secret to making a really good stir fry?
Very quick stir fry. Yeah.
Very quick.
Very quick, yeah.
Rule 1 is to have everything prepared in advance. Chef Louis coats the thinly sliced beef in a mixture of salt, water and potato starch to make it smoother, and adds a small amount of peanut oil. He then slices colourful seasonal vegetables.
You make people hungry with the eyes as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And blanches them for about 30 seconds.
Beef.
One of the revelations is that the meat is deep fried until it just changes colour. Rule number 2 for stir fries is high heat, and the food has to be kept moving. The assembly is fast. Beef and vegetables seasoned with a mixture of salt, sugar, oyster sauce and potato flour.
Chili wine.
A splash of Shaoxing wine for aroma and sesame oil for gloss finish the dish.
That is perfect. Oh, wow. So tender. Thank you.
Thank you.
The most recognisable type of Chinese food in Australia is Cantonese, as people from the south were the first to come and introduce us to stir-fries, sweet and sour and chop suey. In recent years, we're seeing more northern-style food and some of the spicier cuisines from Sichuan and Shanghai.
If you say Chinese food, that means the dark soy sauce, Shaoxing wine, sugar.
So strong flavours.
Strong flavors. Yeah.
Oh.
You cannot wait.
Chef Chris Yan emigrated from Shanghai 10 years ago, and when he needs comfort food from home, it's Mum's spicy eggplant that gets him every time.
Too hot.
And these are the sort of eggplant that you like to use?
Yeah, this is one I like to use Japanese eggplant, young. If you use some older one, they must season it. It's very bitter.
Okay, so what do? They're so fresh you snap them.
Yeah, if you can, just break them like this. One chili should be enough.
Okay.
Yeah, and we just trim them and then roughly cut them. You don't need to cut them very fine.
And these are not a really hot chili either.
No.
No.
Chinese, not they can't.
Oh.
They can't stand it too hot. The garlic. Put in the onion. Just add in the garlic and the chili, right? And then only for like 20 seconds. Okay, after 20 seconds, we take out the chili. So otherwise, you gotta burn the chili and then too spicy. Okay, now we add in the eggplant in. Just gently stir them. So you need to put something to steam them with the heat. So I choose water, or you can use stock. You don't want to cook them too much.
So still a little bit crunchy.
Yeah, in the firm in the middle. Dark soy sauce. And then we use a lot of sugar. And then we put in the remaining water in it. Yeah, turn the heat a little bit down, and then you need a lid to make them cook through and faster. The steam come down.
How long does it cook now?
Not even a minute. And then in the last minute, we're gonna put in the chili in it. And then, done.
Wow. temples of Yumcha, the snack food that started in the tea houses of Guangzhou and has now become an art form in the Chinatowns across the world. One thing you may not know is that Yumcha has a language all of its own, and it all starts with the tea.
Because Yumcha is drinking tea, so we have to choose the tea we want during Yumcha.
Rosetta Lee presides over 3 restaurants, all offering Yumcha.
Here's the first one. This is called Bo Lei, and this is a fully fermented Chinese tea. It's much darker in color. It will help to soothe your fattiness after you add Yumcha. And the second one here is called Thịt Gunyang, and when you pour a little bit,
So it's much paler.
yeah, it's much paler.
It's got a lovely fragrance.
Yes, and this is the jasmine tea.
That's the one most Aussies know.
Yes, because they like the floral flavor.
So which one goes best with food, or is it a personal taste?
It's a personal taste, very subjective. Definitely sure a person, if they have chance to come for Yumcha, it will just fulfill all the parts of their mouth, all the taste buds.
That's great. So to look like an expert, are there non-verbal signals I can give?
Well, one of the things I think you may find it useful is if you just run out of tea, someone pour tea into your cup, and then you just no need for you to say thank you. You just tap the table a little bit, and it means you thank you. If you find your teapot run out of water, then the easiest way is to open the lid like that. And put it at this place. People might come forward and fill your water. Thanks.
For 35 years, Ying Tam has introduced Australians to great taste from his home in Guangzhou in southern China. One of his most popular dishes to start a meal is salt and pepper squid.
It's one of my signature dish at the restaurant.
Now, why is it so famous and popular?
Because so tender and so crispy and tasty.
Yeah, and easy to make at home though.
Well, if I can cook, anyone can cook.
The secret behind the flavour is Ying's 5-spice salt mix.
This is the ginger powder. That's the 5-spice powder, celery powder, that chicken stock, and salt. And you mix it together, and that will come up 5-spice salt.
You should sell that. That's good.
It's a secret. Calamari? Cut them in a different triangle shape.
Why do you cut it in triangles, Ying?
Because after they cook, and they will be curled up.
Ah, pretty.
Yeah.
And the tentacles go as well, eh?
Yeah, of course. And you just cut them up. That's ready to cook.
Beautiful.
Cell raising flour. That's mix water, oil, mix it up. And you add the corn flour. Mix sure a lot and make sure they're dry. And that will make them crispy. That's it.
That's it?
This is fresh oil.
Vegetable oil.
Yeah.
It's a very different fish and chip shop you're running.
No, yeah. Chinese fish and chip shop. Yeah.
Once the calamari is crisp, Ying adds chopped shallots, garlic and chilli.
Stir them up.
Yeah.
And you add the squid already deep fried.
Then the magic salt mix.
Toss them.
Yum.
And the last finish,
Oh.
some Chinese wine. Yeah,
Oh.
now it's ready to serve.
It's beautiful. It looks great. The Chinese version of the takeaway chook is cooked in soy sauce. This is one of the roasting houses that are becoming popular in Australia. And here in the space module-shaped ovens, they cook beautiful crispy skinned duck with spices and sticky, tender char siu pork.
Char siu sauce is made from hoisin, sherry, honey and sugar and adds a depth of flavour and glossy sweetness to roasted meats.
Does this also make the meat tender, this mix?
Yes,
Yeah.
and tasty.
Very tasty.
Chef Jackie Mai says you can make your own version by marinating pork fillet in ready-made char siu sauce and mixing it with shallots, 5-spice powder and a little oil. Roasting in a hot oven and brushing with honey while it's still hot.
What do you like about steaming as a form of cooking?
It's just a really gentle way of cooking. It preserves all the natural flavors and you can't really stuff it up. All you need is just this little gadget here. So that goes in the bottom of the wok and then some water to create the actual steam.
So you can just pop a plate on.
Yeah, just a plate and then just to cover it, just to trap the steam so the fish actually cooks.
And the bamboo as well?
Same principle, water in the bottom of the wok and your bamboo steamer, little plate with your food on it, and on goes the lid. And you'll probably see these in lots of the Yumcha restaurants.
Yeah.
And if you go into the kitchens, they've got, what they do is they stack the bamboo steamers one on top of each other like that
Wow.
to create like a steam tower.
Okay.
So you can steam 3 or 4 different things at the same time.
Fantastic. So Yumcha for 4.
Yumcha for a small village. So what I've got is, just got a fresh snapper. So we're just going to, a couple of nice deep slashes to the bone. So there, and there. And then just down here as well. And we'll do the same on the other side. And that, what that does, just when we're steaming it, it just promotes even cooking. And just make sure is that you don't get a shock at the end with some raw fish. Okay. Now we just season with some sea salt. I think that promotes a sort of sea flavour. It sort of really draws out the juices of the fish. And those juices later are going to make the final sauce.
Frank then spreads black bean paste over the fish. You can buy it ready-made or make your own by frying 3 heads of chopped garlic in vegetable oil, then adding a cup of whole black beans.
As it's cooking, this will leach its flavour into the fish and into the sauce underneath. And that's all you need, just that much. Slice some sort of lemon on top. So that's ready to pop in the steamer.
Wow.
So in with the fish. Oh, you must be careful. Lots of burning steam coming out. All right. This will take roughly 11 to 12 minutes. I'm just going to use some mushroom soy, which has got the saltiness, but a little bit of savouriness as well. The chilies that I chopped earlier. And then some shallots. And I'm just going to squeeze some fresh lemon over the fish.
Wow.
Then I've just got some hot peanut oil over here.
That's a great moment, isn't it?
And then just a little bit of coriander just to top it off.
That looks so beautiful.
So a little bit of fish, a little bit of aromat.
Cheers. That's a beautiful flavour combo.
Thank you.
Great fish.
A handful handful of chefs around the world have mastered the art of noodle pulling, including Melbourne chef Happy Cook Chokok. Seemingly magically dividing dough until it becomes the most supple, silky strands. To be blanched, then tossed with marinated meat and crispy vegetables. Amongst the green sea of Chinese vegetables are some great flavours.
Chinese melon, you can feel it.
It's sort of hairy.
And
Connie Cam is a third-year apprentice and the only female chef in a kitchen brigade of 30.
it's very sweet. We use it for soup and more hot dishes.
What's it most similar to? Is it like a choco?
Chocolate, there is. And there is some garlic steam, and they're very nice to stir fry with beef.
Okay, you get a garlic flavour through this.
Not really. They have their own fragrance, and normally we blanch it and stir fry.
So it's got a crunch like a slightly cooked asparagus.
Yes, and between asparagus and snow peas.
Ooh, yum.
It's crunchy.
Sounds good.
Chinese cabbage, called wombok.
Wombok.
And I love these vegetables too, because this vegetable is available all the year, and they're very sweet. And
What do you use it for?
a bit of onions and pork mince, and mince it like a paste, and wrap it into wonton.
Ooh, yum.
Okay, this is gailan, and this is, as you know, this is Chinese broccoli as well.
You have this in the Yumcha where
They dip into the hot water and blanch it, and they cut it with oyster sauce and oil.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. Bak choy, it's very traditional Chinese green vegetables and versatile, stir fry with soup. You can do lots of things with it. Choy sam. Normally we do the white part first because it's more longer time to take to cook, and then at the end we put the leaves.
Okay.
While the Chinese palate is not so attuned to sweets at the end of a meal as the Western, sweets are still a small, delicious part of a meal, especially the still warm, flaky, custardy egg tarts the Chinese call dan tarts.
Chinese people do like dessert.
Rosetta Lee has developed a passion for her restaurant's mango pudding, which is made with just a handful of ingredients.
It's simple, easy to make at home, and I think most people can do it themselves at home. Just mix them a little bit.
Rosetta mixes powdered gelatin and sugar, then stirs it into boiling water until it becomes thick and syrupy.
Just pour this slowly into the mixing bowl.
She then adds mango ice cream to the hot mix, along with 75 ml of evaporated milk.
Who would have thought of putting ice cream into a really hot liquid?
Yeah, but you know, it tastes fabulous.
She adds ice cubes and chopped mango. The pudding is ladled into bowls or glasses and sets in the fridge for 2 hours.
Very good.
That's yummy. Really nice.
On our next food safari, we explore the passion and vibrance of Italian food, from the secrets of pasta to a luscious tiramisu.
Put it like that.
Okay, let me try. Here we go. There we are. Let's just see. It doesn't work with me.
You must be quite full today.
Quite full?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am quite full. It's only my second mango pudding. No, my third.